you so much for joining me. This is Rocky. This is part 3 of the 2021 trends that we want to talk about. And this one's an interesting one. I actually haven't seen, maybe people have done this before, but I haven't seen anybody do one quite like this. Part 1 were the trends that I'm loving for 2021. Part 2 were the ones that I absolutely hate, and you will not catch me dead wearing those things. But number 3, they're all trends, but I'm kind of lukewarm on them. Maybe they may find themselves within my wardrobe by chance, just kind of naturally, organically found themselves there, but I ain't out there looking for them. I ain't searching for them. And if I never wear them, I won't miss them. So we're gonna get right into the so okay trends for 2021. The first one I wanna mention is tie-dye. Now tie-dye, I have no idea why, but starting last year in 2020 was all the rage, and I think it had to do with the fact that, we're home and tie-dye says comfort, leisure, all the things. You usually see tie-dye at like festivals and things like that, right? For summer. So that just says I'm free and I'm just doing my thing. But for some reason we saw tie-dye in everything, and on all of our sweatshirts, t-shirts, everything that you could think of that was like relaxed, we're seeing them. This year, we're seeing them in like satin skirts and dresses and things like blazers, everything. We're seeing them in everything. So they've evolved into its own like thing, its category, firmly cemented, and people are loving it. Now, I don't hate tie-dye because tie-dye does creep into my wardrobe from time to time, but I don't love it. I don't go out to the store looking for tie-dye pieces. So while it is a trend for 2021, and while you may see me with a piece here or there, it's not because I love it and I don't actually hate it, because if I hate it, I wouldn't put it on. It just happened to be there. And yeah. The other thing is like the extreme bowed shoulders. I love a puff sleeve. I love and I like the shoulder pads, but I have naturally strong shoulders. So when I see things like shoulder pads that go up in a point or really huge, almost like football pads, or these big old puff sleeves that you can't even fit into a jacket or a blazer, I'm kind of like not really feeling that. Because I do love the trend itself, the puff sleeve and the shoulder pads, but the extremeness of it makes it not practical for me. So not to say that you won't ever catch me wearing it, because it may somehow end up in my wardrobe because it was on sale and it happened to fit something that I needed to wear or occasion or something like that. But I am not going out seeking those, nor do I hate them. So the next thing is the cape. And the reason why the cape falls into this category for me is because I absolutely love the elegance of a cape. You're wearing it with a dress, you're wearing it over as a jacket, it's just so many ways, and it just looks so elegant and regal and all the things, right? But the thing with the cape is it's not practical. Your arms are out. Right? If you're wearing a cape, it's usually because you need some warmth, and or you can't maneuver because your arms are under a cape, or so for me it's not practical, but I do like the look of it. I do have one piece in my wardrobe that has a cape on it. It's a very, very small cape. I think it's tasteful, but I've only ever worn this garment once. You know what I mean? So I don't hate it. It's just like I said, I can't get behind it because it's just not practical. So I'm not going to be in the stores ever searching for a cape of any kind. No kind of capes. But if it happens to end up on a piece of garment, on a garment that, sort of fits what I'm trying to accomplish, I'm not opposed to wearing it. But overall, The other thing that's in is disco. And that is your extreme, like, sort of anything that sort of looks like, disco balls, like very shimmery, bright, metallics. But what I'm seeing how I'm seeing this done is very extreme, like literal disco ball looking garments. And I absolutely love sequins, and I love metallics for that matter, but I love them in small doses. So I can't see myself doing head to toe full garments that follow this trend. So yes, you'll see me incorporating it in pieces here and there, but I'm not going out to the stores, like you said, just kind of going through the racks like, no, it must be disco. No, I'm certainly not doing that. And then if I see it, I'm not like, oh, get that away from me, that is terrible. I'm not doing that when I see the pieces either. But if it so happens to end up in my wardrobe and on my body, it was because it fit for that occasion, and it just so happens that I have it, and I'm not necessarily seeking it because it's a trend or because I've been influenced to wear it. I just happen to have it. So as far as the disco trend goes, I don't hate it, but meh. The next trend is stripes, and I don't even know how this falls into in a category of a trend, because when hasn't stripes been a thing? Children wear stripes, adults wear stripes, men wear stripes on their, button-down shirts, whatever. Stripes have always been a thing. But the reason why it sort of comes up as a trend per se is because now we're seeing it in a lot of different ways, right? In a lot of different colorways. You're seeing thin stripes mixed with thick stripes and making patterns out of them. A lot of rainbow variations, a lot of monochrome variations and things like that. So we're seeing stripes used in ways that we haven't seen them before. So we have, striped pants that are wide and flowy and things like, so you're going to see a lot more stripes being used in ways that you didn't imagine before. But stripes themselves are not necessarily new, right? Again, reinvention of things just to make you buy more stuff. So for me, I already own tons of stripes because stripes are common. This is kind of like saying, oh, t-shirts are a trend. Who doesn't have a t-shirt? So yes, you will see me organically, normally, naturally wearing stripes just because stripes are stripes. But I don't hate them either. So you won't see me like crossing the road when I see a rack of stripes or anything like that. I may browse it, I may look for it, but I'm not necessarily going to the store, going item by item like, oh, I need stripes. That's just not what I'm doing. So for me, the stripe trend, it's cool, it's natural, and I think it's interesting that people want to take it to a new level. But for me, it's just, eh. The next trend that, I kind of, sort of, I like it, but I don't like it. And that's the extreme collars. And you see collars coming all the way down to like your rib cage. They're so large. And this is, an homage to the 70s where you had the big butterfly collars and things like that. Huge, big collars. But for me, I just can't see the longevity behind it. Like from afar, I like how people have been doing it. You see them scalloped, laced, pops of color, geometric shapes on them, all kinds of things, which, I love the creativity behind it. However, I just can't see how I'm going to incorporate that into my everyday and wear them outside of 2021. So sometimes I do like to subscribe to certain trends, but if I can't see myself wearing it much longer than that year, I kind of steer clear from it. And I was, you guys know me, like if I did want to dabble in a trend, I'll buy it from a fast fashion house like a Shein or something like that. And I've been trying my best to stay away from stuff like that and slowly moving away from other fast fashion houses as well. So that being said, I'm not going to subscribe to that trend. I'm not seeking it, so I'm not loving it. I'm not going to buy anything specifically because of this trend. At the same time, I don't hate it, and I honestly don't see myself incorporating it. I don't own anything that's extreme, but I do have things that have collars that collars that are embellished, and it will cost things that will call your attention to the collar, but it's not necessarily the trend. So for me, I like it. Just can't really see the longevity in it. I don't hate it, so it's kind of like. And the last thing that I find, sort of middle, that's kind of sort of middle of the road for me is extreme print. And you'll hear it alluded to as like eyesore prints or extreme floral or, something with the word extreme in front of it. So you'll see these dizzying patterns or geometric shapes, and it's more of an homage to the 60s, the psychedelic age. where you have these patterns that are all over the place, and you'll see crazy dizzying patterns being mixed. The top is some way, you know, and the other is zigzag, and the other one is, you know, paisley with, you know, sort of acid colors, you know, acidic colors. Yeah, I can't really do it. Like, you know, I can understand one piece as an accent a little bit on and out on a garment, which I think I do own some pieces like that have some really cool patterns to them. So again, like, I already have a little bit of it, but by no means am I going out searching for it, going to, you know, like, I have it on my wish list of any kind or anything like that. And nor am I like running every time I see it, like running away from it every time I see it. I don't hate it. And if you have it on, I'm not going to be like, ooh, what she got on? You know, I'm not going to do that either. It's be like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. For me, middle of the road type trend, you know, it's not gross, it's not amazing, but it's just, you know, meh. So that brings me to the end of the average, mediocre, middle of the road, so trends for 2021. Let me know what you think. If you love some of those, if you hate some of those, or if you're like me, it's whatever. You know, it's a trend, you understand that, but you don't really care one way or the other. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button, share it with your friends. Bye.